All right, welcome. Today we're going to be doing something a little weird because we are going to be making our own chess pieces. And did I spell that correctly? I really hope so. All right, don't care at this point. So here's the deal. I was doing some research on chess pieces, and it looks like you can fit a block or a base of a chess piece. Most of them, if you have a 35 by 35 base, which is what I'm doing here, then this is going to fit most chessboards. The height, of course, is variable. It really depends on you. I'm going to go for 10 right now. So there you go. Now, if you have never played chess and have no idea what I'm talking about, then please pay attention because there are certain things you need to know. First of all, there are 6 pieces. So I'm just going to duplicate this one and then move it over. Did not work. Wrong. There you go. Control D is what I used. You might have to use something else. Control D again. Oh, it just happened again. Look at that. And another one and another one. I need 6, so I need one more. All right, let me just move this back a little bit so I can see it. All right, so there are a total of 6 pieces on not on a chessboard, but there are a total of 6 pieces that obviously you only have 1 king and 1 queen. You have a bunch of the pawns, and they're not all the same base. Excuse me, I'm just starting with the base. So for the sake of ease, let's just name these. So go ahead and grab that, change the name. I'll put king on this one. And obviously this is way too big for what we're doing here. And I'm just drag this over here, and then I'm gonna rotate it. You know what? Need to get a closer view. I'm going to rotate it using the shift button to make it go like that. And again, this is underneath the printing bed, so I'm going to raise it up. And unfortunately, I gotta go, there you go. The G had to pass that line. Now, as you can see, the K is gonna be too far up in the air, so I'm going to reduce this one. And then I'm just gonna move it back. Let's get a good look at that. Let's move that out of the way. All right. Now, I am not going to, well, I may, I don't know. But I don't plan on printing the name on there. I'm just putting it on there because it just makes it, oh, wrong one. Makes it easier to see which one I'm working on. So I'm just labeling at this point. Oh, I'm gonna change this. I don't want it to be such a big jump. So I'll move a little bit at a time now. Okay, so there's the king. I'm gonna duplicate this name and then move it over here. Let's move out a little bit. Oh. So I'm going to select away from everything and then use this button. One of these kings is moving. That king is moving so slowly. So I'm going to make it go faster by changing it to 2 millimeters. There it is. Much faster. And now that it's here, I'm going to change it to queen. And as you can see, I can see already it's way too big. So I'm going to change that to, like, I don't know, 30. 30, and I hope that fits. Yeah, it looks like it does. Oops, 30, good. And then I'm gonna duplicate again, and I'm gonna change it to, the next one would be bishop. All right, so bishop, B-I-S-O-P, bishop, and let's see if it actually fits. Let me stand back a little bit right here, and it looks good. It fit, yay! All right, next one would be the knight. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. And this one's gonna go to the back one. Let's go over here and change this to knight. And I'm going to move it back a little bit more. That's way too much. All right, I need to change this a little bit. Let's change it to 1. That's good. I'm gonna duplicate it again, Control D, and ended up way over here. And right there should be fine. And since I can't see it, I'm going to click over here. It gives me a better view. All right, so the next one is going to be rook. Rook. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a very basic explanation of the general characteristics of, where did that go? Oh, there it is. Too funny. Of each of these pieces. Pawn. That way, you when you're creating yours, you'll have an idea as to what makes them different. I clicked on the wrong one. Let's try that again. There you go. And just a little bit over. Okay, now let's take a look back. I'm going to click away from everything. Nothing's selected, so I can see everything when I click that button. There. Now, first of all, the king is going to be the biggest piece. The pawn is going to be the smallest piece. I have the king set at 35, just like all of them. I'm going to make this one 25. That's the block in the back. It's going to be 25 by 25. 25. 25. All right. So the pawn is the smallest one, and that's important because when you're designing your own pawn, people are going to look at your chess set and be like, you know, I really don't understand, but I can see based on my knowledge that that one over there is the pawn because it's the smallest. And that is the general characteristic of that particular piece. So I'm going to change. Oh, my goodness, 210. We're good here. All right. This one's the largest. So someone who knows chess will say, okay, this one's the biggest, king. Smallest, pawn. Now, the one that's really close in size to the king is going to be the queen. I'm going to change it to 32. Why? Just because I want to show a little bit of difference between the king and the queen. And there you go. I'm going to move the name over a little bit, just so it fits. Let's see, the other three, they're actually, it goes down in height, the less powerful you are. So let's just make this one 30, the bishop. 30 by 30. All right. Well, the name is sticking out now. Let's make that just, there you go, bishop. Find your place in there. Is that sticking out? Oh, it is sticking out. Let's just push it back into, there you go. Now the knight, since we just went, let's make this 28. Blocks, let's make it just 28. And go away. Box, 28. 28. Okay, and the knight again, I'm gonna move that. Okay, and then the rook. Well, we had 28 here, we have 25 over here. Let's just make this one 27. I know you're not gonna be able to tell the difference that much, but there is a difference. 27. Okay, let's just move that back and to the left. Okay, the defining characteristics. Now, I'm going to give them to you, but they don't have to be there. The most important that someone will see is that biggest to smallest. Also, tallest to shortest. Now, in general, if you design your own chess pieces, I've done a little tiny bit of research, and 80 millimeters is about right. Now, mind you, it doesn't have to be, but that's a generalization. Now, the reason I'm putting a cylinder here is so you can just give an idea, just visually, what the height should be. Now, for the rest of these, if you don't know chess, this one is almost the same size. So I'm just going to go, I don't know, 75, sure. And then it starts to go down again. Let's move that over a little bit. Oops, right there. Let's make that 70. What? Is it already 70? Did it go down? Did it know? What happened? Does it know? That's so weird. I didn't expect it to be. Okay, so 70. I'm surprised. I really am, because now you can see that the height's going there. I'm going to duplicate this, doop, and then send it back. There it is. Of course, by now you can probably figure out what size I'm going to make this one. Yeah, 65. And you know what? I'm going to go even shorter. I'm going to go 60. And then Control D. Let's just move it over here. Let's not wait for these arrow things. 50, look at that. It anticipated what I was going to do. I like that. 50. But honestly, I don't want it to be that short, so I'm just going to put that one there. And again, duplicate. Where did it go, by the way? Oh, there it is. Let's put it right there. Now, I'm going to just try to get a view so I can see what everything looks like. It still made it small. You know what? This computer is definitely smarter than me, because it made that decision for me. It's amazing. So anyways, height differences. The pawn, the king, the queen. I think I like the bishop a little bit lower, but honestly, I don't care. Now, here's the deal. Obviously, you could technically just print these like this and be like, hey, these are my chess pieces. You don't like them? Don't play with them. Or you could customize these. Can you think of something that would make these a little bit more you? Now, for me, honestly, a regular chess piece, I'm not sure if you do any kind of, I don't know if you play, but chess pieces, they all pretty much look the same. Here's some pictures, images. See, they all pretty much look the same. I mean, that's a pretty gold, but some are made out of wood, and you know, that's great. However, they can be customized too. You can change them to make your king look different. And wrong one, there we go. So you could, a lot of kings, let me, what's going on? Let me choose something. Oh, there it is. So you could make this king shorter by like, I don't know, 10 by putting 70 there. But if you've ever played, you know that the king usually has, anyone, a cross on its head. Do you have to? No, because these are going to be something that you make. Now, perhaps you want to change your king to not have a cross on its head. And you're like, you know what? Yes, I do not like the cross. I will do something else. Whoa, let me change that. Let's try that again. I'm going to hit the shift button. And shift. And let's rotate it. Obviously, I think you can do much better than this. I'm going to move that over, and then I'll move it up. So if you ever played chess, you've seen this before. However, maybe for you, you're thinking, no, I don't really like that. I'm going to have characters, features for my chess pieces. Maybe my king is going to be a king that wears sunglasses. You're like, you know what? I'm really feeling that. I like the vibe of the king with the chess pieces being cool. Because obviously if you wear sunglasses, you're cool. At least that's what I tell myself. So there you go. Now, perhaps the queen has a mustache. Well, maybe not a mustache. Maybe she has these weird looking glasses. I don't know. I'm just making this stuff up, guys. But the point is, you are going to be making your own. And that is today's assignment. Maybe not make her as tall. I don't know. Oops, wrong one. Glasses there. All right, so it would help if you understood the characteristics of each piece. For example, a bishop looks like some weird teardrop with a little ball on top. I'm not sure if you guys can see it here. Let me see if I can get some images. All right, yeah, nope, that's, well, let's just look at it. This is the bishop. You see how it's like a drop of something and then a mouth and a, So you could do something that looks like that. The knight, usually a horse, but hey, what if you actually made it a knight? The rook just looks like a castle, and the pawn looks like nothing that important. I don't know. So your assignment today is to not copy me, but to make yours interesting and different chess pieces, and then send them to me. I think it would be interesting. Of course, you don't have to keep this cylinder here. You can just get rid of it. What's the height on this? 260. So, excuse me. Let's just get rid of it. Let's keep it for reference. Some people actually just make it interesting by doing stuff like this. Ball, and I'm not sure what shape that is, but just make it. And then one of these things. As you can see, I'm not really doing anything special. Maybe this one needs a star. Who doesn't really need a star? Everybody needs a star. Let's hit shift. All right, good. All right, so it's up to your imagination. Now, please, please take advantage of the feature that lets you do this. Actually, I don't want to select the name right here in the front, so let me just select everything else except the name. And then use the alignment tool. I want it to be centered here and centered here. And I think we're good. Oh, I think I got the name too. Let's move that over to the right. Come on, name, you can do it. All right, let me zoom in here. Name, forward. Why isn't it moving? I don't care, let's just move it. So you could just do that and be like, this is my knight. Very scary stuff, but hey, it still can be a knight. Oh, it's not even touching, so let's move that down. Doop. And doop. Maybe we want, what other shape can we have here? I can't think of anything. I don't like that. Why can't I delete? Oh, I really have to press down for delete, and I'm not going to. What else do we have? Make it a little bit bigger. And of course, however you want to do this, make it interesting. That's your assignment today. Make these shapes interesting. Now, if you want to import other things on here, that is fine for this assignment. I will allow it this time because I think it would actually be cool. Perhaps your favorite anime characters, or maybe you're into cars or video game characters, Pokemon. I don't know, whatever you can find, put them on there, but it's got to be obvious to me that king, queen, bishop, knight, rook, and pawn. How? By the sizes and the heights. Okay, the base size and the height size has to be super obvious to me. Good luck.